Imagine this. It's dawn on any given day. Somewhere in the world, a pilot climbs into their cockpit. The roar of engines breaks the silence. Within seconds, tons of metal defy gravity and soar into the sky at supersonic speeds. Since the Wright brothers first took flight in 1903, humanity has been obsessed with conquering the skies. But when war came to the air, everything changed. Aircraft evolved from exploration machines into the most lethal and sophisticated weapons ever created. Welcome to Aviation Tech, where we explore the fascinating world of military aviation. Today we're doing something special. We're going to travel through time to discover the 5 fighter aircraft that not only dominated their era, but changed the rules of the game forever. These aren't just the fastest or the deadliest. These are the machines that wrote history with fire and steel in the sky. So buckle up, because this flight is about to take off. But before we dive into our list, we need to understand something fundamental. What makes a fighter aircraft truly legendary? It's not just about numbers on paper. A legendary aircraft is one that completely dominated its era, changed aerial combat tactics, earned respect from both allies and enemies, and left a legacy that inspired generations of future designs. From World War I to modern conflicts, each era has had its titans of the sky. And today, we're going to meet the best. Let's begin our countdown. At number 5, the Bf-109. We travel to Europe in 1935. The world is on the brink of war, and in Germany, Messerschmitt engineers have just created something extraordinary. This small single-seat fighter didn't look like much at first. But when it first roared over the skies of Spain during the Civil War, the world realized the rules of aerial combat had just changed. Top speed, 398 miles per hour. Armament, 20-millimeter cannons and machine guns. Over 33,000 units produced. But the numbers don't tell the whole story. The Bf-109 was fast, maneuverable, and deadly. During the Battle of Britain, pilots like Adolf Galland turned it into legend, shooting down dozens of enemy aircraft. Imagine being a British pilot in 1940. You see that characteristic silhouette on the horizon, that Daimler-Benz engine roaring. You know you're facing one of the most feared fighters in the world. The Bf-109 served on all fronts, from the African desert to the frozen skies of Stalingrad. It was the Luftwaffe's workhorse throughout World War II. Its legacy. It proved that a well-thought-out design could dominate the skies for years. It laid the groundwork for what would become modern fighter design. But if the Bf-109 was feared in Europe, there was another fighter that would become its American nemesis. Number 4, the P-51 Mustang. If the Bf-109 was Germany's sword, the Mustang was the hammer that helped win the war. American bombers are being massacred over Germany. They need escorts that can reach Berlin and return. Existing fighters don't have the range. And then comes the Mustang. Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, 1,490 horsepower. Range, over 1,600 miles with external tanks. Speed, 437 miles per hour. But here's the magic. The P-51 didn't just have range. It was fast. It was maneuverable. And in the hands of pilots like Chuck Yeager and Gabby Gabreski, it was absolutely lethal. The statistics speak for themselves. The Mustang destroyed nearly 5,000 enemy aircraft in aerial combat. But more importantly, it allowed the bombers to complete their missions. It changed the course of the war in Europe. Veteran German pilots respected it. Allied pilots loved it. And to this day, when you see a restored P-51 roaring at an air show, you feel that connection to history. Hey! If you're enjoying this journey through aviation history, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. we explore the most incredible machines that have ever taken to the skies. Don't miss out. But now, we jump from the piston era to something completely different. The jet age had just begun. Number 3. The F-86 Sabre, Korea, 1950. The Cold War just got hot, and in Mig Alley, over the Yalu River, the first great battle of the jet age is being fought. On one side, the Soviet MiG-15, fast, powerful, technologically advanced. On the other, the American F-86 Sabre. And here's what's incredible. On paper, the MiG was superior. It could fly higher, it climbed faster. But in actual combat, kill ratio 10-to-1 in favor of the Sabre. How is this possible? The Sabre had something the numbers couldn't measure: intelligent design, swept wings that gave it stability at high speed, hydraulic controls that responded like an extension of the pilot, ailerons that worked perfectly in close combat. Pilots said the Sabre was like putting on silk gloves to box. You felt every movement. The aircraft did exactly what you wanted, when you wanted it. Pilots like James Jabara and Joseph McConnell became aces flying the Sabre, shooting down multiple MiGs in combat that lasted seconds at supersonic speeds. The F-86 proved something crucial. In the jet age, it wasn't the fastest or highest flying that won. It was the one that could fight better, the one that gave its pilot the best tool for the job. But if the Sabre wrote the manual for jet combat, our next aircraft shattered it into pieces. Number 2. The F-15 Eagle. And here I have to make a confession. This aircraft isn't just legendary, it's undefeated. 104 aerial victories, 0 combat defeats. Let me repeat that. In over 50 years of service, in conflicts from the Middle East to the Balkans, the F-15 has never lost an air-to-air engagement. This is the aircraft born from a simple but brutal philosophy, not a pound for air-to-ground. The F-15 was designed with one purpose: to dominate the sky, and boy does it deliver. Speed, Mach 2.5 plus. Thrust, 2 Pratt & Whitney engines with 25,000 pounds of thrust each. Radar, can detect and track multiple targets simultaneously. Armament, 20mm cannon plus 8 air-to-air missiles. But the specs don't tell the whole story. The Eagle has something magical: a thrust-to-weight ratio that allows it to accelerate vertically, almost like a rocket. It can turn so tight it would make untrained pilots pass out. During Operation Desert Storm in 1991, F-15s destroyed the Iraqi Air Force. It wasn't a battle. It was a masterclass in air domination. And here's my favorite story. In 1983, an Israeli F-15 suffered a mid-air collision. It lost its entire right wing. What did the pilot do? He accelerated to Mach 0.9 and landed the aircraft. That's the kind of machine we're discussing. Indestructible. Relentless. Perfect. If your mind is being blown by these stories, subscribe and turn on notifications, because we have many more epic videos coming. Tactical analysis, technology comparisons, military history, it's all here. But there's one more aircraft. One that represents the future. One that's redefining what it means to dominate the sky. And we arrive at number 1, the F-22 Raptor. This isn't just an aircraft, it's the ultimate predator. It's the most advanced technology ever put in the sky. It's virtually invisible, incomparably lethal, and absolutely dominant. Supercruise. It can fly at supersonic speed without afterburners. Stealth. It's virtually invisible to radar. Supermaneuverability. It can do things that defy the laws of physics. Top speed, Mach 2.25 plus. Service ceiling, over 65,000 feet. Thrust vectoring, the nozzles can direct thrust in any direction. Sensor fusion, combines data from dozens of sources in real time. But here's what truly makes the Raptor terrifying. In a combat exercise, the F-22 can kill up to 30 enemy aircraft without being detected once. It's not a fight, it's an execution. Pilots who have faced it in exercises say the same thing. The first thing you see is your radar screen going crazy. The second thing you see is the missile. You never see the aircraft. And when you see it at an air show performing maneuvers that seem impossible, 90-degree turns in the air, hanging on its tail, you realize this isn't an aircraft. It's science fiction made reality. Only 187 units were built. It's so advanced that it's banned from export, even to close allies. It's the crown jewel of the United States Air Force. The F-22 Raptor isn't just the best fighter aircraft in history. It's the future of air dominance. There you have it. From the skies of World War II to the age of stealth technology, 5 machines that changed history, 5 legends that wrote their names in the sky with fire and glory. The Bf-109 that terrorized Europe, the Mustang that helped win the war, the Sabre that dominated the skies of Korea, the undefeated Eagle, and the Raptor, the ultimate predator. But here's the truth. Each of these aircraft was more than metal and technology. They were extensions of the pilots who flew them, men and women who risked everything, who flew into the unknown, who became legends. This is just the first of many stories we're going to explore together. So if you want more, subscribe to Aviation Tech, give this video a like, comment with what your favorite fighter aircraft is, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single takeoff. Next week, we're analyzing something epic, the history of combat planes. You can't miss it. Thanks for flying with Aviation Tech. We'll see you in the skies.